Hello everyone, it's Michi. I'm live now. Spotify is on. Alright, and let's get down to it. We're gonna try finishing rendering Michi at least. Let's try finish rendering myself. The background. Off stream, I was trying to determine how the background will actually look like, so I was just doing some sketches of some of it. But I honestly, that's the one thing I just kind of suffered, is that I skipped the background because I'm bad at it, and I'm like, yeah. The thing is that it's good to know what the background is, otherwise you're just gonna be left with wondering what what the hell, like what's the color of the lights and like all that. Unless you just want it to be a normal white light and stuff, then like yeah, it's fine, but that's a little bit uncanny. Okay. I don't really remember where I actually stopped. I'm just seeing if there's any unpainted parts, and I'm like, oh okay, let me just... Where's my brush? Okay, there it is. I think I just use my keyboard, is fine. I'm more used to that. Okay. I'm just seeing whatever parts I have untouched, and just coloring those in. Oh. Let's just move this part out a little bit. I'm kind of just warming up, painting. I was doing a little warm-up sketch just now earlier. It's good to warm up right before you want to draw. Otherwise, the first stuff you're gonna draw is pretty much gonna look a little off and stuff. So exercise that a little bit. And also, I'm just kind of stalling. Yeah, I'm stalling. Stalling before I start talking more. I don't know if that even looks good. Let me... something... Yarg. Maybe not that strong. It's a little bit. Alright. Okay. Other parts. I mean, there's a few of these ones. I can just do very simple stuff like this here. Oh, okay. Okay, I think I've stalled long enough. I'm gonna talk. So it's been a month since my first stream. And I just want to talk about it candidly and casually. I've had, I think, 16 streams in a month already. That's more than half or about half of like the number of days there are in a month. So I'm kind of proud of how much I've streamed. Progress wise, you can see sort of like what I'm aiming for now with my not sub goal but follower goal right at the bottom. I think not at the bottom, it's just like just below the stream, just below, right down here, right down there, somewhere right below me where my legs is supposed to be. There should be the follower goal there. I just put it there. I've started it since almost a week ago. And that's just what I've been heading towards. I'm very grateful for a bunch of friends following me, and yeah, I'm really grateful for that. I think since I've been streaming for quite a bunch of time, quite a long time already, I had like a lot of thoughts just on improving myself and improving my streams. I mean, yeah, improving my streams and just improving what I want to do, you know. So I had a bunch of questions. Now that I've streamed, I know what to work on next. I think I'm really glad that I managed to stream and I held on for a month and I didn't back down and say like, yeah, this isn't for me, that kind of thing. I mean, 1 month is still pretty short. I mean, there still could be a chance where just no matter what I do, things don't work out and I just like, okay, maybe this doesn't work for me. I don't know. But I feel like that will be probably another 5 years down the line and I'll probably think about that. Kind of like how I've been in the industry for 5 years already, and honestly it didn't need me to take 5 years to know that, like, you know, I don't, well, maybe not really in the industry, but like just in this one company that I just don't like anymore. And that's when I knew I've overstayed my welcome at that place for way too long. Yeah, and in a way, streaming and Twitch and YouTube, all that, I kind of regard Twitch as my new boss in a way. It's kind of like there's trackers that I use to track myself, and there's like all these guidelines and rules and ways that they can help me, and it just feels like, you know, it kind of feels in a way like if I'm taking it seriously, it kind of feels like I can treat this as if it's a company, you know, because this is like my end goal is I mean, not end goal, but I have two reasons why I started streaming, and like one of the reasons is basically that I want to become more independent and make streaming and content creation a career of mine and be my own boss. But of course, like, I mean, if it's not like, oh, Twitch is my company and stuff, it does feel like it's a partnership. Yeah, I'm having way too much trouble like trying to paint this one circular fucking, what am I doing? What am I actually drawing this? How the fuck? Hold on, brain. I wasn't really thinking. I was just trying to I was just painting in the empty space, and I wasn't imagining it to be a curved object. Yeah, so I actually watched a video from Ludwig that gave pointers for new streamers and people who are thinking to stream, what like the questions that they should ask themselves and what to consider. And yeah, so I took note of a bunch of stuff and I written down some things. So gosh, what is this? Okay, I think that's all right. I think that's okay. There, done. When I actually think about it, it's just done right there. So fast, so quick. Wait, I didn't color this part, did I? There's a bunch of stuff I've written down, but I don't have document up. I mean, I could open up the document I have right now that I've written for myself, but it's basically just cause I'm forgetting just some of the stuff that I had to ask myself. But like one of the reasons, just to recap, after a month, I asked myself again, why am I streaming? And the thing is that one reason is very honest and just like, I want money. I want money. And it's not that I'm seeing streaming as a lucrative thing. If I cared about just making money, I would continue in the industry and actually give a shit about my industry skill set and stuff and actually giving a shit about the portfolio. But no, because I don't feel... I'm kind of tired of working under someone, at least for now. Like, I don't really want to end up in another place where, you know, I was thinking earlier that companies can be a beautiful thing. They're not a bad thing. The original idea for companies is that it's a collaboration between many skilled individuals to make something happen, right? Something really big happen that you won't be able to do if you were alone and by yourself. And that's how games are created. Games are not ever created. I mean, you can make a game by yourself, but with the capabilities of having so many more people, of course it's one thing is far easier. It's a lot, you can do way more than that. I don't see any singular person being able to make a AAA title unless they spend a whole 50 years on it themselves, and in that amount of time, a lot of things can change. So yeah, that's the beauty of being in a company. Unfortunately, I think locally, I'm just a little bit disheartened at what we have here locally. I can look for work overseas and work remotely. There's also another thing, but at the same time, the current international scope is, I don't know what's gonna happen. There's a very big shift that's been happening for the past year, and maybe now I know I said it earlier, but maybe streaming and like being indie is actually might be better for the long run. That you create your own security, you know. Of course, that does, you have to be extremely self-reliant for that. Yeah, so the other thing that helps me go through this is my second reason for streaming, is that this is a personal project of mine, and I think only from doing content creation and streaming that I can actually have the motivation and initiative to actually make this make this project a reality. Hold on. I think this part can fade out more. Yeah, so like I said during my first stream, this started out as a personal project of mine. And my idea is that if like how I will like how to say this. I was thinking that I can garner support basically just with more art that I come out with. I hope that just like brings out more exposure to, sorry. That gives me more exposure, you know. And if people like what they see, then they can support me in some way or another. I'm not gonna really charge for anything. The only thing I'll really charge for is bonus stuff. Like if you subscribe to me, then you will have access to stickers. But I need to get this follow count up first, you know. Then I'll have those capabilities. And I think, yeah, monetization is one thing, but I've been thinking about like what's the kind of content that I want to create. And you know what, I'm very lost. I'm gonna open up the document I have. It's going everywhere. Okay. Sorry, I'm going through the list that I've like the wall of text that I've written down and rambled on. Okay, so I guess I can say that my personal art goals, the ones that I can see, that anyone else can see as well, is that I want to finish stuff. I need to produce more art, and for the foreseeable future, the art stuff that I want to fulfill is one, this splash art that I'm gonna render and create myself, and I'm gonna live 2D it myself as well. And the next one would be animated transitions. I was thinking of putting it on the back burner because animated transitions, I'm not necessarily in a die need position for it, because I feel that the one that I feel the part of the project that I feel that needs to take more precedence is the fully proportional model that I want to create for myself. This model that I created as a chibi is just my first foray into live 2D, and I want to sorry, brain, what am I doing with this tiny space here? Okay. Yeah, I mean, basically just make a proportional model, and I feel like that's, if I can complete it, then I'm at the point where, you know, I've gotten pretty good at live 2D. I don't know if it'll be in the same level as like saying, oh yeah, now I can promise other people live 2D models. I will have to see how, because a lot of the times when I work, I tend to brute force quite a bunch of things, so I'll have to see how. But the main thing that I want to do with creating a fully proportional live 2D model is that I want I'm this ambitious, but I do want to, and like the thing is that people have done similar things, not similar, but like they have capabilities with their VTuber models that I feel like I can do the same with myself, which is that I want to be able to do a henshin. You know, I'm kind of marketing myself. I started marketing myself already, and I want to market myself as a like a tokusatsu ranger kind of VTuber that so far I've not really seen anyone be able to do. There are many VTubers out there, many people out there who are fans of tokusatsu and who love Kamen Rider as well. But from what I've seen, it's not been their entire identity. Oh, well, a few of them are, but like, it's their identity, but they also don't lean so hard into it where I've not seen anyone with a Kamen Rider henshin yet, so I think that was what was on my mind when I started out as Michi, you know. So that's the project, the part of the project that takes the most precedence, and the one that I want to aim for the most. Yeah, besides that was the animated transitions, which I could put it off, but at the same time it would be a really nice eye-catching opener for, say, some of the things that I want to do later on. Later on slash maybe sooner than I would. Yeah, sooner than you think. Basically, I was thinking at the same time that animated transitions are something that I can include in edited YouTube videos and all that, and like introductions, and I think those would be pretty good. So I don't know, I haven't animated in a long time, but I can see how I can make one. I can try to limit it to like, oh, can I finish it within a month? Because, you know, this splash art was supposed to be done within this month, not this month, March actually. But I gamed and put it off. I put it off like at the rendering a lot. And it's not like I started this like at the start of the, like I did this splash wasn't started off in the sketch phase during the first stream and like at the start of the month, so I'll have to see how. I do see it as a race against time because there are a lot of talented people out there. I mean, talented, I would say capable people out there who have created really cool live 2D models, and I think it's about time that someone was gonna do the henshin thing. So that's something I just wanna, like, if I'm able to do that before anyone else can, then that's something that I can bank on, you know. But I mean, I think that's one thing, because it's not like I'm putting all my expectations, all my eggs into that one basket, you know. It will honestly be extremely bad if I do, because if someone else does come out of like what I wanted to do, then what, am I just gonna cry there or whatever, like man, or like regret and all that? Nah, so I definitely have other plans to sort of market myself. So I mentioned YouTube videos and all that, and introductory videos, and basically this was coming off from what Ludwig's advice was, and as well as some advice from my wife, and that I think it makes sense because I've streamed a lot already, and so I do have a lot of content that's just not being really shown to the world in a way. It is shown in the world in the sense where it's like I'm streaming now and it's public for everyone to see, but no one's exactly paying any attention to it. So I have to venture into YouTube. I have to, because in YouTube, there's at least more than the algorithm that they have can screw you up, but at the same time, it's also good to utilize and use it for your benefit. So, like for example, I don't know if it's I really can't be bothered so much about this belt. Actually, this was another thing. I didn't note it down, but yeah, you know, you can't have a henchman without the belt in these devices. So I will have to design this and all that. I'm really excited to do it. I do have some ideas in my head right now. We'll probably have like some we'll probably have like a idea stream and stuff for this. Yeah. And yeah, that really sounds really yeah, no, I'm getting excited about that. Yeah, I was thinking the okay, no, I shouldn't digress so much. I'm gonna have to use the content that I have had for like this month and going forward. Sort of like I was thinking of having YouTube short introductions or trailers to the streams that I have going on right now. One being Monster Hunter, and the other being the Ace Attorney series. Because I think those are the ones that I'm really good at. There are my Arc Knight streams, and actually, honestly, I think the Arc Knight streams were the ones that I got quite a bit of activity for. Looking at the stream summaries and whatnot. So that's something that I can look into. But I'm kind of, I don't know if I'm really doing anything particularly creative in the Arc Knight streams. I'm using Luna Cover EX. Like, that's the thing. The only thing I can say is that, like, oh, I'm using niche operators that people don't really have used or built up for EX runs, and that's one thing, but I don't know if that's enough, you know. And also it's just I don't know, like, how many Arc Knights players actually even look for that kind of content, you know, because most of the time they're the regular gacha mindset, which is what's the meta, what the meta do, oh, how do you play this stage, how do you AFK and stuff. And it's like, I mean, that's fine, like, I'm one of them. I would look up AFK guides as well. It's just that if I feel bothered to, I will actually build up units and stuff that I think are pretty cool, like Franca. Don't sleep on her. She's in the distinction store now. You can get her. And a new costume as well. She's really friggin' good. True damage, boy. You know the DP you need to use to get Calcit and Monster? Kelser is 12 DP, Monster is 18 DP, so there's a total of 30 DP. For Franca, all she is 15 DP, at least at full pot, so... And her skill on drop is... Like, on heli drop, she just needs 10 seconds to build up. Not like monsters. So, there's that. I guess that's basically it. Like, that's my mind doing the creative thing where I'm just like, oh, I can calculate and see the potential in some of these operators, you know? There's that, but I mean, there are people like that already. There was. I mean, Cookie is one such organized content creator where he really looks at the operator, and like I liked his videos a lot. Where they where like Cookie talks, yeah, just goes in depth into each operator and what their uses are and all that. And there's a bunch of stuff I kind of learned. Very simple stuff like, oh, say Mountain, you know, when you turn off his skill 2, then his range will increase. If you turn on his skill 2, his range will shorten. And he just put up a sort of example for what you can do with that, and I was like, huh. And it actually became useful for AFIALA Alters event. They had one of the challenge events to basically explode the sheep and like make all the clouds pink white color, you know? So you had Mountain, like, I saw Viper like brute force that shit, so I guess it's possible, but like the big brain of it is actually turning off Mountain's skill 2. And people normally don't do that because his skill 2 is the AFK strat, you know. Yeah, so I digress. I do have these contents out, and I need to think of what I can do to make each of these contents like you know, stand out and such. So like, if I can digress again, if you allow me to digress, the idea I had for Monster Hunter was that, you know, a lot of the content, at least maybe it's in my feed, but I think almost if not all the content I've seen of Monster Hunter since World has been fastest clear time, Rajang solo, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, beat Magnamalo in 30 seconds, all that. And it's everywhere. I think like people have already found out the optimal gold parse for these Monster Hunter hunts already, you know. And the thing is that I feel like trying to play as a try-hard hunter is, give or take, you have to make it really interesting for it to work, for people to actually look at your stuff. Because I see there's a ton of videos where it's like, oh, going back into World, what can you do? What's all these things you have to do? The top 20 most important things you should not miss out on, and all this clickbaity shit. Like everyone has that. So the thing is that I should call myself fortunate because Minz decided to play Monster Hunter World as well. And that's really good because one thing she's playing Monster Hunter World, hell yeah. The other thing is that, you know, there's not a lot of people, or at least not a lot of content I see of Monster Hunter World where it's like, oh, you know, playing with multiple people, because, you know, a lot of the content I see is, oh, solo charge blade, solo longsword, solo hunts, all these kind of things. And the thing is that Monster Hunter World, you can really do that, because I feel like in the older games, if you're playing fight solo, you would take a long ass fucking time for that. In World, since World, they made it such that the HP pool of the monster was really low, and that you could just destroy them in a matter of like 5 minutes if you played super well. It's really to that point. It's so easy. It's so goddamn easy. So I don't know why the solo thing is all that important. But the thing is that, yeah, with mins around, I can actually, like, we can actually have, I think we can have like a lot more interesting content, which is, going back to the roots of Monster Hunter, you know, like why people play Monster Hunter. It's not to get the big DPS and big gold parse numbers, but it's for the sake of, it's just for playing with friends. And that's why Min's picked up World, because she watched me play and she was like she likes playing Monster Hunter World, Monster Hunter with people. She won't play with alone, you know. She won't be like, oh, I'm gonna play World and I'm not gonna play World. Like, she won't do that, because the appeal of it is that it's a cooperative game. So there's that aspect. And I think the other aspect that I can lean in, the other idea that I can lean into, is that I can be a goofball. I played Monster Hunter World before. I haven't played Iceborne before, but played a lot of Monster Hunter games before. I think the content that we can create that would be better and more entertaining than killing a Kuleaku in like 2 minutes is like, I don't know, Mushroom Mancer build, Bomber build, basically going a bit wild with the stuff that you have in the game. And I think Monster Hunter World really permits that. Just creating really stupid builds and playing a little bit more wacky, trying out weapons that I've never really I'm not too I'm not too good at, you know, in a way. Like, that's why I've been playing great. So I said I was gonna play Sword and Shield, but the thing is that Sword and Shield is I've done the rings and repeat already. Like, I'm semi good at it. It's a little bit boring now. I feel like Great Sword is the one where like there's a lot more room for error. And so it's cooler and a lot more satisfying when it hits as well. What's happening here? Yeah, so like, for example, that, and I mean, I can try to think of more ideas for Monster Hunter, but that's basically what I've been thinking of. And I basically want to create introductory shots to basically, or like edited videos to bring people from YouTube into Twitch, like into my channel, so that they can see, they can catch me live. Or because I don't know if I want to go into editing full-length videos, like 10-minute long videos, or not. It's a lot of work, and I feel like I want to put that time into creating more art, and that brings more exposure than trying to bank in on a YouTube video. Yeah. This is really splotchy, but you know what? I really can't be bothered. Gotta tell myself, don't bother about the belt so much. That's it, just belt. It is just belt. If I want to, I can create cool stuff with the belt. I can do a multiply and do just some belt segregations and stuff. Beep, 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 beep. Yeah, I can do that kind of thing. later on, you know, I'm just gonna leave that in there and then messy looking shit. What's next? Oh, I think I was in the middle of painting the blue stuffs. Alright. So yeah, I need to pick up editing. I wouldn't say I really know how to edit stuff. There's a big whole big video from Mudan about it that I can use to teach myself. My only experience is editing animated footage for storyboards and animatics, and that's about it. That's about it. I mean, I guess editing it with and creating my own sound effects and finding my own sound effects was pretty nuts. I don't think I've said this before. So Michi started out as one of my school projects, and there is an animatic that I have on the very OG Michi, and I'm not gonna show that until maybe I feel inclined to. Maybe if there's actually a bit more of an audience. Maybe if there's more of an audience and like say I've hit another kind of milestone, then it could be a treat, because it's gonna be a treat for you guys, because man, is it fucking cringe. It's my first, but I was really proud of it, and I think when I watch it, I'm still kind of proud of it. Like I was like, you know, it's really good. Like I was still proud of it to the point where I took that school project and I made it my main content creation, branding, you know. To that point. So that's like the true origins of this project. Well, so yeah, that's editing videos. Boy, yeah, so I think one thing about talking about the content that I have for this stream, and it's kind of unfortunate, but I don't know how to really think about this yet. But when I started streaming, I've been like, before I started streaming actually, I was holding off on a bunch of games. Basically, I have a whole backlog of games, games that I want to play on stream and stuff. But now that I think about it, it's really easy to just pick up any of those games from the backlog and play it and stream it. But some of the downside of that is that like say, okay, I mean I played Persona 5 already, but okay, say there's a like say Persona 3. Say Persona 3, I put 200 hours into RPGs, man. That game, like huge RPGs like that, are actually going to make me suffer, because I'm gonna be having a playthrough of something like that, and it's extremely story sensitive, and it's kind of, in a way, it's kind of the same as Final Fantasy 14, for example. You know, I feel that if I stream Final Fantasy 14, like say, oh, the story, say I'm like, oh, I start a new game plus, because I want to experience the glory that is Stormblood again. I don't think anyone will watch that. It is the content I can think that could make it special is that I provide a live retrospective on Stormblood and FF14 ARR and all that. But besides that, I think people would rather go through these kind of stories themselves, rather than watch someone play. It's kind of different from how it used to be. I mean, there definitely are people who still do that and they still benefit from that. But I think it's because they already do have a large audience already. They've already gotten the people who would rather watch someone else play it than play the game themselves. And so it's fine for them. But there's a finite number of people. I mean, there's always new people, like, you know, people who are turning a legal age to come onto this platform or like use Twitter and stuff, you know, or like be on internet or being like internet savvy and stuff, you know. But I feel at the same time they would very most likely have their attention delegated to the most popular streamer that's streaming that game and stuff. So I don't have that luxury to... I feel like I don't have the luxury to play the games I want and like just normally, just like playing it leisurely as you would off stream, for example, if you're not streaming it. Gosh, sorry, this actually looks kind of cool. What the hell, blue thing? Oh my god. Just because there's color, I've been coloring monochrome shit for so long. This titty got some soft shading here. All right. Yeah. So I think it really. I gotta look at the streaming environment now. There are a ton of streamers. There's a ton of content creators now. A lot of them, and especially like, you know, coming off from like Ludwig's video, there's the poll that he created where it's like, oh, how many people still want to continue streaming? And like, I mean, like continue, like, you know, becoming a streamer, making it their full-time job, that kind of thing, or whatnot. And there was a lot of people. Granted, I don't know how many percentage of them are actually taking that seriously, or not. But it's kind of like, there is an oversaturation. Because people enjoy content and it's kind of like art. And you know, like for example, if I had to say the country that I'm in, knowing the number of students that graduate from schools doing specifically art for games, it's not like the companies around locally just unable to keep up. There's no way that they are doing so well in the fact that every year they will open up 5 slots, like 5 slots to recruit new people, you know, for example. I think the only way they can really happen is if some of the current workforce actually leave and go somewhere else. So in a way, it's a little bit, it's kind of unrealistic to expect there to be always a job opportunity waiting for you the moment you graduate, that kind of thing. So in that sense, I shouldn't expect it that like, oh, if I stream this game, people will watch. Even like, you know, Monster Hunter, for example, it's booming. It's booming right now, and there's a lot of content for it, and I shouldn't expect that there will be people, like, there will always be someone new coming in to watch. Hey, what's this person doing? That kind of thing. There's nothing that really draws them in besides, I don't know, me being a VTuber. But the thing is that their favorite VTubers are probably starting Monster Hunter right now. Yeah, so now the VTubers are starting Monster Hunter. So I'm already losing out on that front, you know. What am I trying to do with this part? So yeah, it's just that I do have to be more creative. Like, if I choose to play a game, I feel like I have to go to the 1000th degree over 10 to find a creative way to, like, possibly get people to watch my stream. So that's the unfortunate thing. As much as I want to play Persona 3 Reload, I think that I wouldn't be able to get anyone to watch my playthrough. I think there's zero chance. Like, how else can I make that creative? I mean, there's probably ways, but I kind of need to. I feel like I kind of need to play the game to know. I mean, I played Persona 3 before on handheld, and I didn't complete it. But it's not another story. That's a story for another day. But what? Yeah, what can I say? Like, I played Persona 3 Nuzlocke. The moment like my Arcana runs out of PP, I have to throw them away and catch a new one. That sort of bullshit. Like, if I have to do that, then maybe people will watch. They'll be like, look at this dumbass freaking Persona 3 Nuzlocke with this, fuck this shit, stupid head. Nuzlocke, 100% waifu completion. Get all the waifus. All social links maxed out. To be done in 90 hours, or I'll have to pull out my front tooth or some shit like some like Lookaway is like, he mentioned like those kind of like shit, and he is right. That kind of stuff is like the stuff that Mr. Beast and all that actually have, and they work because people are like, "Oh, look at this! This is entertainment." It is entertainment. It is fun to watch it. Like we were watching Physical 100 the other time, and it's just like, that's stupid as shit. It's entertaining. It's real entertaining. So until I'm stable enough that I do have a lot of people, I don't know what counts as a lot, honestly. I like, if I can have 100 concurrent viewers, then I will feel safe to play stuff like Persona 3. And that's something that will probably happen three years down the line or something. It depends on how much I am capable of doing, you know. So it sucks because I thought, you know, the moment I've been holding on games, And the moment, like, I mean, I can play them off stream. I could. I honestly I could. But I mean, the thing is that before streaming, I was putting on myself off of games because I wanted to use them as content to stream. But now thinking about it, and in hindsight, it's detrimental in the sense where I could be using that time to do something that would actually help me grow as a streamer. Because I'm not doing this for I'm not trying to like following the first reason of becoming a streamer. This is not something I want to do leisurely. I want to do this and make it a job. I want to earn money from this. We need to pay our bills. And this is me taking the risk and saying that I'm up for it. I can do it. I just need to be smart about it. I can't do like Ludwig said. You can't just expect to grow automatically by doing a 9 to 5 job of just streaming your games and doing nothing else. He makes sense. That's not how it works. You need to get yourself noticed and known and stuff. And it's scary because when I have my fully proportional model, I'm gonna have a proper debut. And the scary thing about that is that after that debut, the numbers are going to dwindle. And that, I need to prepare myself for that because that's gonna eat up at me. That is... Like, I have 16 streams. I streamed for a month. The first week of streaming, I think I was already feeling kind of down because I was just seeing not that many people in my streams apart from friends. And like, there's no growth whatsoever. Like, even though I think that like the stuff I stream might be interesting, so like that already affected me. So, and I think before I started streaming, I was thinking like, yeah, logically I wouldn't be affected by that because it doesn't make sense, because I'm not really doing anything to get myself out there. I shouldn't be having these expectations. But the thing is that when it happened, I still felt kind of like down about it, that I was like, I think it was the first rendering stream that I had, and I was just like, I just felt really shit about it. Well, I also felt shit about rendering because I suck at it, you know. So that didn't help. So debuting is gonna be scary for me in that sense. Like, also, since my first stream, I think now I kind of know why people are scared and nervous during the debut. And the thing is that like, I don't think I've really seen them, or at least I don't think I've really seen anyone like really mess up the debut that much. They probably practiced it and all that. For my first stream, I didn't practice anything because I'm like, you know, this I don't want this to be a debut. I'm just gonna start because if I don't start, I'm just gonna keep dragging on, and that's not gonna be good for me. Yeah, so basically my first stream is me not wanting to fret over having a lore video, having all these kind of things, blah blah blah. Yeah. Okay. But yeah, so that was just one of the unfortunate thoughts that I had of the content that I have to pick for me. I was thinking Like in the first stream I was going like, yeah, I'm going to stream games that would pertain to my lore as Michi and the world that I want to create and all that, you know. But now I have second thoughts about that, because that's not enough of an incentive for people to come and watch, I don't think. Or at least they don't really have much to go on yet. I don't have a cool ass illustration yet for people to like and retweet and see that much. All I have is graphics and my 2D model, which I don't even have a showcase video of. I mean, I don't want to showcase this. My mouth isn't moving. My mouth is moving like a Muppet. There's not much to showcase here. Not much people like. The only thing that I can be proud of is that, like, I think I look pretty cool. I think I look pretty stand out among some VTubers. You know, that's the one thing I can be proud of. Yeah. Yeah, I think I will need to do my own art. And the thing is that I'm glad to do my own art. I think it's good that I'm actually capable enough that I've studied all this. I know how to create all these things. I shouldn't let them go to waste. I can do this. I can be self-sufficient. I can create my own art and all that. The only thing is that will take time. But with more practice, the time might shorten, you know, the more I get streamlined my work process. I get more used to a proper workflow and stuff. I haven't been used to a proper workflow in like many years. I'm not gonna say my age. My age is 69. I'm 69 years old. You laugh, but like I think I thought of it. That is lore accurate. Lamau. If I do some maths, that is lore accurate. Yeah, so it'll take time, especially now. I took a month for this. Someone who is everything thought out, like Mians, for example, can do this in a day. Crazy. Yeah. Yeah, she can. Yeah, so I'm glad that I can do all this. I think it's something that sets me apart from some other content creators, that I'm like kind of self-sufficient like that. Sorry, I'm thinking I do kind of like that. Yep. Looks nice. Wow, what the hell? Feels wrong. Okay, so yeah. That's part of my appeal, and I need to sorry, excuse me. I need to put myself out there and like I think by completing this piece and just completing more stuff, I can just show off my capabilities as a content creator, and like if people are interested, then they'll come and find me. And I need people. I need to find more people, because I need people to fill out and look at me and watch me and stuff, because I mean not just the money, but like thinking about it, it's like, you know, um I I need more people to keep my chat active and keep me active, because if not I'm just running out of stuff to say. And another thing is that like sometimes there are some people who can pop up in chat and they're not really the people that I vibe with. So I need to find the people that I can vibe with. Like-minded people, like-minded individuals, you know. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry. Excuse me. Yep. Then you know what, that kind of sucks, because I mean, I think like I was saying Persona 3. Sorry, I'm digressing a bit, or more like going back to that old topic. I said Persona 3, but I think the RPG that I want to play the most is Yakuza, because I haven't played The Man Who Erased His Name and Infinite Wealth yet. They only just released not long ago, and those are really fun games, and I want to play them, but I don't know. I don't know if I still have to starve. Yakuza playthrough where let S-Fist run. I can only level up by beating bosses or something, or like with the number of people that Ichiban beats up, I gotta beat them up in real life as well or something. No, don't do that. I'm gonna go to jail for that. I'm not that kind of content creator. I'm not a jail tuber. Gosh, it's so funny trying to think of this the stupidest clickbaity shit ever. Like, I'm gonna play Yakuza 8, but not just any playthrough of Yakuza 8. It's gonna be real life. I'm gonna catch people in real life, like the Tsukemons or whatever they have in like Yakuza 7 and 8, and I'm gonna use that to battle out each other. That's how I'm gonna win. I'm gonna win the story. I'm gonna play one class and everyone's just gonna be one class and blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Funny. But that's the content that people watch. Yeah, actually tying that into what I said earlier, I still want it to be content that, you know, there's chasing the trends, and those work. But they work in a sense where like they work for very short term. That's what an investor bro would talk to you about. You know, you have to follow the trends and put your money into doing all these stuff. Look at the amount of returns you can get on this, yeah, and all that. But the thing is that I don't know if I want the people who enjoy, say, Mr. Beast content to be, I mean, I'm not gating them from like my content, but I don't know if I want them to be, you know, the prevalent majority of the people that will follow my content, you know, and they will expect me to do the same stupid stuff again and again and again. That's not the kind of people that I want to bring into my streams. So actually this part can be what the hell, using a pattern brush. Yeah, that's the that's the thing that I will sort of like put my foot down on, and it will be detrimental to me. Yeah, I mean, no, that sounds kind of a little depressing, you know. But yeah, I'm gonna try to stand by that and see what kind of a community I can build up with what I want, you know. I mean, if I want people, I can not be streaming art and I can just be playing Roblox or Fortnite and say, I'm gonna attempt jumping off a okay, no, I wanted to make a stupid joke, a stupid Minecraft joke of like, jumping off a high place and like putting a water and using a water bucket to like cushion my fall, but please don't do that. Don't listen to me. I was making a joke. That I'm not serious. Yeah, some dumb stuff like that. I could be doing that, but I'm sticking with the second reason that I chose to become a streamer, and is that I want to do some things for myself, you know. This project is something I created myself, and I want to see it through and be proud of it. Actually, in a way, I was that kind of feeds into another one of my another unfortunate thing is that I mean, I feel like this is something that I would have to do later down the line when, say, I have more people watching me. Is that I can do a watch along of stuff like, you know, Kamen Rider and stuff. But as right now, like, even though I want to watch Kamen Rider, no one is going to come along for the watch along. I'm just basically just gonna be watching it myself, and I could just use that time to do stuff that actually helps my growth. Watching Kamen Riders not gonna help my growth. It's gonna entertain me and like give me more ideas for stuff, but that's it. So not anytime soon. Yeah, a lot of things I'll just have to put on hold and figure some things out first by myself on working towards my growth. And yeah, so that's the stuff that I've been thinking of since 1 year, since this 1 year milestone, and that I have to think of seriously if I want to actually be able to call this a job and make some money off of it. And I need people from it, you know. I have like really low expectations, so I'm gonna have a real hoot and a holler the moment I have more concurrent viewers than the number of people who play the sort of shitty games that comes out from the company that I'm in. I'm just gonna say that right now. I'm gonna have a freaking laugh. But right now, I have less. Ouch. Ow. My neck. My neck? My neck. I was gonna... Okay, what else am I gonna say? I mean, there's still a bunch of stuff that I've written down that's like, oh, how to help my growth. But I feel like I probably don't want to like say that stuff, or there's not really any need to say those things. Wow, there's a sudden gust of cold wind. Not a ghost. We make smoothie out of it. We. There was one thing I wanted to talk about, which is more Arknights related stuff. Basically, I kind of want to touch a bit on the story that from the event that's going to end soon. Which reminds me, I gotta grind some stuff on it. I can do it later. Shoto, give me a second. Just give me a second while I boot it up on my... What the hell is this? The hell is this shit? Ooh. What the fuck? Hello? What am I connected to? Am I connected to something? Stop. Just stop. What the hell? Arknights? Arknights? Hello? What the fuck is going on? Well, I can do Arknights later. The event is ending. Oh no. This is the first month that I've actually stopped my Arknight subscription. So I am having a little bit of a trouble clearing up everything in the store, but I'm managing it somehow by the skin of my teeth, because I mean, the amount of stuff that I have right now in the store that I've actually gotten from this event store already is the stuff that's actually the very important stuff, you know, like the extremely high end materials, and what's left are EXP tickets and money. Kind of sad I can't get the money though, the money. So I'm just gonna start off by saying I like the story. I think it ended off in pretty much Arknight style, in a sense where it's not, it's still realistic. Like, it ends off where like kind of nobody really wins, or like maybe the, you know, the bad, quote unquote bad guys win, but they don't, like our heroes emerge out with new ideologies, reinforced and newfound faith and hope, you know. I think that's very much like Arknight's story. But I like that. Maybe it's forgiving them too much. Maybe it's like, oh, why was it? So it was a load of nothing, that kind of thing. But I don't think it's in the same vein as stuff like, oh, it was a dream after all. No, it's not that. It's like, and there were consequences. There were stakes to be had. There were stakes for the characters to follow through with what they wanted to do, fighting against a society that they're going against. Even though would probably feel like was for nothing. I don't think it was for nothing. One of the characters there, I think like hearing their story made me cry because it was really, it was kind of too real. Um, in a not really good or bad way. It's more like, well, I mean, it's like I felt that, you know, when the characters was like lamenting and talking about their troubles, and it's not Jessica, but Jessica's story, it also really stuck with me, what she did and all that. It's it's kind of cheesy in a way, but I think for someone like Jessica, it's something I can kind of relate to, in that um what the hell is this? Hey, hold on. Okay, cleared up that bit of white. Um I how much can I talk about the story? Um okay. I mean, the person whose story sort of like made me cry was Leon, and he was a worker in the town, the broken down town that um Jessica and the rest are quote unquote trying to save. Um Sorry. Give me a Secarinos. I think this thing can be added later on. I don't need this. It's bright enough already. I don't think I need. Uh yeah, I mean, not much of this is even seen. I don't know if I need a highlight anywhere. I mean, I could put a highlight here and there. Yeah, nah. I don't think it's really needed. I'm not gonna really play too much with like the really harsh highlights yet. I want it to be when I have the backlight on. So I think Leon was lamenting about how, well, maybe it didn't, it's not like a one-to-one that like I can relate with, but it's more like I really cried at his plight because um the main villain for this event story is in fact, what? No, you're no villain. You're no villain. You know, you're too good and too cute to be a villain. You know. Yeah, you're my wife. Um, the villain is in fact the banks, the bankerinos, the Trump Foundation. No, I mean, may as well be. No, I wouldn't say the Trump Foundation. I would actually say the American government. Pretty much. I don't know. It is Colombia. It is Colombia in a sense where it's like that is Arknight's version of America. Um, Not one to one, but I feel like the banks in that the event was very. It felt a little real in a sense. Well, at least real in the sense where how we tend to perceive it. I wouldn't say banks are really outright that bloodthirsty. In a sense, like I wouldn't say like, oh, Liberians are akin to Charlatan, that kind of thing, and would kill people who bring out knowledge from outside. But yeah, um, like I do feel like it got really real when the people in that town were like saying stuff like, oh, you know, we trusted the banks when they gave us loans and stuff to pursue businesses and whatnot that we wanted, but the bank just says, as they're smiling and like holding on to like fat stacks of cash, that um oh, you owe us like 10 times the amount that we gave you. Oh, did you not see this coming? We lent you in good faith. Um, and you basically squandered all your money on uh, a, a business that just isn't lucrative enough to give you that much returns and stuff. And like, I feel like that's that's really real to me. I don't. I'm sorry if there's any bankers in chat or like anyone related to the bank industry or the financial industry, but like I don't really like I don't really like talking to bankers and such. And it's a tough job in a sense where I feel like no one will really like you. it's it's really tough. Like I feel like, oh, if a friend from secondary school hasn't contacted me in like so long, and then all of a sudden they're like, hey, how's it going? We haven't caught up in a long time. Do you want to meet up? That's when you know. That's when you know they're in a scheme. They are in a scheme. Maybe I should do that. This is my VTuber scheme. Hey, we should meet up. Have you heard of Michi Odai? Please follow and subscribe. It will cost nothing. You don't need to take out a loan. I don't expect the only return is maybe you can watch my stuff. Hee hee. That's as far as I get. I'm not gonna tell any of my friends. Screw this shit. No, I'm not gonna tell them I'm like a VTuber. Fuck that. What? They don't even know how I sound like anymore. Who the fuck remembers my voice? No one remembers me. Hmm. Yeah. Who am I? Huh? Who am I? What? What the hell? Beach. It's beach. Kono beach. Sorry, I'm teasing my wife. Okay, prodding her butt with my Wacom pen, with my XP pen, doing it right. This binge. Wow. But yeah, I feel like, oh, those friends who call you, like, you know, they're in schemes and stuff. I feel like when you're in that job, I feel like, how the hell do you approach people that you've not met before, or like not, like, it's so, you're just stepping around landmines, and like it's it's like as if you're trying to be a evangelist, if or a church or something, like try not scare them off before like Like, oh hey, nice meal they're having. By the way, we give thanks. We give thanks to the meal and stuff, and that's the point where they run the hell away. They run the hell away from you. They don't want none of that thanks. Um, yeah, I just feel like my recent example is that I was talking to someone. Someone actually like called me, and I actually picked that my phone up, and I was like, oh, we're from the bank, and would you like to hear about schemes? And I'm like, yeah, I know I'll entertain you. I kind of want to know what the situation of my bank account is like and all that. How am I doing, financially? And so I met up with them, and they started off like with very normal chatting, very inconsequential topics. And then just went right into it, and they said, "Oh, I'm doing well financially. You are holding up to a bunch of money. Would you like to put that money in a place where it can invest and grow and schemes? You want schemes? We sure love schemes." Um, yeah, and I didn't take them up on any of the schemes because I for me my rationale is that um we're gonna get a new house soon, and we have to pay for that. We need a huge lump sum of money to pay off even like the start of the HDB loan that we're gonna get. Um oh my god. Sorry, I'm yawn. Um yeah, so I want to hold on to that money and keep it liquid. Um but for them as an investor, bro, um they're like, oh, mathematically, and if you invest, you can sort of offset the paying and stuff if you keep investing. Basically, like, oh, the return rate and whatever interest rate and whatnot is enough that it will offset and basically pay for how much money you're gonna need for the house. And looking at the calculations, like, okay, it it kind of makes sense. Like, yeah, they do, but I'm glad I didn't take that. I'm kind of bad at making financial decisions. I'm actually really bad at making financial decisions because I feel like they always get me every time. A lot of the times, what they say does make sense, but I think it's something that is very situational. It depends how uh like, say for example, like what am I working as that I'm stable enough to do investments and all that kind of thing. Um and I think the previous person like that I got my insurance from, um I mean the one that I have the insurance of now, basically wrote a note in my financial planning and said, do not do not take up any more investments. Do not put your money. Just keep the money that you have now. Like, don't do investments. And I'm glad they said that. I was really glad they said that because it felt like they actually gave a shit, you know, as to like what, like, they have that financial responsibility. And I think they're right. That I shouldn't overextend myself. Even though the bank person was saying, yeah, you're doing good financially. I feel like in hindsight, coming on from that meeting, I don't know if they were just saying that. Because before that, I was thinking I don't think I'm doing financially. I've been seeing my numbers dwindle and drop because I mean because we did go overseas quite a bunch and I'm just not earning all that much money in the first place to really sustain that, like financially recover from that um in a short period of time. So my numbers have been decreasing. So I didn't think that I was really in a good spot, but the bank person said I was. And I think in hindsight, I think the only reason they said I was because I do have I have more than $1 in the bank. Which to them, because when I asked them like, okay, how do you do your investments and stuff? And they're basically saying like, oh, they either have a small amount or like basically $0 in the bank, where the money that they have is actually put into investments so that it will grow. And I don't think I can be all about that like kind of life. I feel like their idea of stable and my idea of stable is very different. Um so I was kind of close to being fucked over by them. Um and it's really scary, you know. A lot of the times the banks can say these kind of things, but like when the bank person was talking to me about it, I know this is not about Arknights anymore. This is about the banks and the schemes, their schemings. Um, a lot of the times I feel that, sorry, my train of thought is gone. This motherfucking, get that wide away from my screen. Like a thought that I had when I was talking to the bank person is that investments sound good on paper. They make sense. What I don't understand, and this is how this is how I tackled like maths back then in school, is basically like, yeah, okay, the equation makes sense. How how does it work when I apply it to real life? That's why I kind of like physics, because I could still apply that to real life. When it's A maths, I'm like, what are you doing? When they're like, oh, here's this symbol, it's what Eureka or some shit. I'm like, okay, cool. What the fuck you do with it? What does symbol do? Why did you guys suddenly introduce this into the textbook at this chapter? Why? Why do we have to learn this? And that's why I kind of like science more than maths. Maths to me is like, it's fun when you think of it as problem solving, but like it's that much. It's like that's it. It's like a game, but that's pretty much it. Um so the fuck was I talking about? Um no. It's no more about Arknights. It's talking about the banks, the bankers. Um yeah, basically investments on paper, they work. The what I don't understand is how the money come though. Where the money go? Where the money come from? Where come? Where money come? How money produce? Where is it? Where is it? Where Stupid. Um basically like this. Oh, I mean it's not the companies that I'm gonna be funding. Like so like cause I was like, okay, show me some examples on some investings and stuff, and she showed oh, here's the local investment schemes and stuff which are like safer than the stuff that's international, like the stuff is overseas and stuff. And like so she showed me some international investment schemes and like how they are more risky. And the top of those investment lists are tech companies. It's really crazy, you know, like when I saw that it like that's when I felt like we live in a fucking dystopia. Like we write books and shit and there's games about dystopias, but we are literally living in a dystopia where tech companies are the number one in the investments and not like education and, you know, health. I mean, those are managed by the government, I guess. And investments are something where it's businesses that aren't tied down by the government, I suppose. But I just see like Amazon up there, Facebook or Meta or whatever shit, Twitter and all that. They're all up there. And it's like, to me it's a little bit I got the same realization, you know, when I played Cyberpunk, I played Cyberpunk, right? And the world is fucked up because the powers of the world basically belong in the hands of corporations. They don't belong in the hands of government anymore. Corporations have become prevalent and they rule the world because that's where the money goes and that's where the money comes from. It's corporations. It's no longer the government or no longer the banks. It's the corporations, military corporations, tech corporations, all that. Because they have the money. And it's crazy that I just saw that and I was just like, we're living in that. We're living in that right now. And so, in a way, the bank person was telling me, oh yeah, you can invest in these local companies which are safer and stuff, but I don't know those companies. I mean, most of them are the banks, like that. Like, so basically, I'm giving the banks money so that they can give me money. So, you know how stupid it sounds? Like, do you realize how stupid it sounds now? Like, I'm giving them money so they can give me more money back. Where are they getting that money from? They're getting it from people. They might be getting it from the government as well. I don't know. I don't know how close the banks are with. I mean, they are definitely close to the government, but I don't know if they are financially backed by the government. But it's kind of the way. I mean, this is probably me being extremely misinformed, but this is how I view insurance, right? I view insurance as a gamble. You're gambling, you're putting money on your life. If something bad happens, you win. You win a large amount of money back. You don't get to live a normal life anymore, or even live. But you won the jackpot. And then the insurance company is like, ah shit. We gotta pay him out. We gotta pay them out. They gotta pay them out the money. But a lot of the times, say you're really safe and you don't end up using the money, or the circumstances just make it such that you might need the money, but the insurance company is like, oh, that doesn't fit the bill, that doesn't fit the criteria of the contract that you signed. It's literally the devil's contract, where there are some details in there in that contract that I signed and whoever signed, everyone signed for the insurance, that pertains that protects the insurance company from insurance fraud, you know. But at the same time, I mean, I trust that at the very least, from the contract that I read, there isn't anything that's in the sense where say for example like in Jessica Alter's story where like Helena or sorry let me Helena or wait, I'm suddenly forgetting the operator name. What the hot mama. Oh, Cold Shot. Um Hot Mama Cold Shot. Her diner had a leak. Had a water leak and everything got waterlogged and she needs a bunch of money to repair for all the repairs and stuff. And she's covered by the insurance under the bank. But the bank says that they don't have any proof that this, like, they say from their studies, this was done, these are man-made, um, sort of like breaks in the pipes and stuff and all that. And they don't trust Helena that it was natural, you know, like it was wear and tear. It was like, oh, you probably did this so that it's insurance fraud and you're trying to get money from us. Um, I don't. I mean, that bank is straight up evil because the truth is that they actually send people and like hooligans and thugs to sabotage her. Like they're, I say banks, but they're literally loan sharks. They are literally loan sharks. So thankfully, the banks that we have are not loan sharks and they're not like that. Thank goodness. At least there's some trust there. Um, but yeah, that's just the way I see these insurance and investments as like you're giving them money so they can give you more money back. Which is, I don't know, when you put some wisdom into it, it's honestly kind of sus. It's it's basically you know, the stock exchange and all that kind of thing. Like in my mind and as a commoner and someone who's not as educated financially, how I see it is that it's all fake money. It's as fake as NFTs in a way. Well, it's more real than NFTs and crypto. Um, but it's the value of all these things are created by people just throwing money into it. If there was no one throwing any money into it, there would be no value, there would be no returns, no nothing. But it's because it's been a thing that's been going on. And that's why the bank person can tell me that, like, if you don't invest, you are going to suffer down the line because the government and the country are going to be increasing their taxes and inflation is going to happen. Cost of living is going to rise up. And if you're not investing, then you're losing out. You're losing out on this race. But here I'm like, you guys created these races. You guys created the race. The reason why there's inflation and all that is because of you guys. Isn't it? All this demand of the money and like the money being put into places is because you guys made it that way, and we're trying to work to like with blood, sweat, and tears to earn more money. But no matter how much we work, if the companies we work for aren't able to keep up with it, then we're just gonna lose and we're gonna die out. And that's it. There's in that sense there's kind of no equality in that. There's always gonna be that discrepancy between the rich and the poor, and the rich are only gonna get richer. And some of the people who are richer are just gonna end up being more middle class because they just get outclassed. The things things just get more expensive and they just become not as rich anymore. They don't, even though they're earning like 1 million a year, that might not be enough to sustain living in this country and whatnot. I mean, the world is extremely scary. Um, I get very defeated when I think about what that banker said. It's like, oh, if you're not in this, then you're going to lose. I mean, those aren't the exact words. They did not word it like that, but that's the way I thought of it. Is that if I don't participate in their race, I'm just going to lose. But at the same time, and if I don't, yeah, if I don't participate in the race, I'm gonna lose. If I participate in the race, I feel like I'm still going to lose because inflation is going to get me anyway, and they're gonna ask for more money. They're gonna ask for more money and more money and more money to be invested if I want to keep up with everyone because everyone's putting in more money. The rich person can just put in more money so they can get more returns, and it's kind of like gambling in a sense. You know, like if you want to stay at the table, you have to put in more money. You know, like oh, say yeah. I mean, wait, I can't. I'm suddenly forgetting all the rules, but like to play at a gambling table, like say blackjack, you have to put in some money. If you don't have the money, then you can't play. And I think for stuff like poker and all that, people can go all in or raise the stakes. You know, raise the stakes for everyone. So like you need more money to be able to play and stay in the game. If you don't, then you're just gonna have to sit it out for at least this round or something until things come back and they stop rising and the prices will go down. I don't think the prices will go down. I don't think the taxes in this country or in the world are ever going to go down. The only way it's going to go down is if, touch wood, the world blows up. If we end up losing a large amount of a population, like there's all of a sudden there's less people putting money into this piece of nothing, then things will shut up. Things will shut up and stay down, and things will get cheaper because there's less people, there's less workforce, there's less mouths to feed, there's less people like able to work the farms and all that. And all that are left are like the people on top who have sat very fat and rich. And they will own the world. Everything will be all cheap and they will reap the benefits. Um, I'm uneducated in all this socio-economic stuff. I'm talking about the absolute Tom Clancy bullshit. And even Tom Clancy is far more educated than me in this socio-economic like climate. Um, so yeah, that was the reason why I did not want to invest, and it's when I saw that stuff happening in Art Nights, this event story, I was like, yeah, that literally that's what was going through my mind. That the banks weren't created for people to prosper. The banks are created for their people to prosper, or only a set amount of people to prosper. It becomes the Hunger Games. Yeah, so that was depressing. the banks in that event was literally loan sharks. They were basically sort of employing people, the people being people who were part of the town who were actually poor as well. So they were looking for a job, and the banks were like, "Hey, do you want to earn some scrap? Help us do these yakuza things." And in the end, the banks were like, "Yeah, we don't care about these thugs that we hired. They're not our people." In the end, they will be shipped off to like the war zones, like the rest of the city, same as everyone. So in the end, those gangsters got used as well. It's so lucrative for the bank. Yeah. Um I think in those dire straits and like with the other Art Knight stories as well, I I felt that I felt that hopelessness, you know. And I think at some points in my life I felt the same hopelessness, and I cried kind of like wishing that like Rhodes Island was real. You know, we don't have a Rhodes Island in the world. Oh, hi Volker. Good day. Thanks for coming to the stream. Sorry, I'm talking about like some heavy topics. But mainly around Art Nights and the recent event that I went through. Um, so Art Nights, yeah, I kind of like lamented that we don't have a Rhodes Island in this world today. I feel like if Rhodes Islands existed, it would Rhodes Islands exist in this world not as one single corporation, but they exist as a bunch of different charities and such, and freedom fighters and all that. But I think what was good about Rhodes Island is that as much as they are a medical company, they're also um a PMC in a way. They are a private military corporation. They have their own. Can I get your permission to share your stream link to VTuber Discord servers I'm associated with? Whoa. Yeah, I think why not? Honestly, I was thinking of looking at VTuber Discord servers. If you can let me know the name of the Discord servers, then I would say sure, okay. I mean, who knows? Maybe I might join them as well. It would be good to think of like find a community that I can be included in. Yeah. That I'm friends with these YouTubers. You seem like a cool dude. Thanks, thanks a lot. Um, yeah, that'll be great. You can let me know what the VTuber Discord is. Like the name of it. Then I think it'll be fine. Hmm. Uh, Oh, okay. What was I talking about again? Oh, I was talking about, yeah, Rhodes Island being like the Rhodes Island being good, and what sets it apart from just being another charity organization or medical corporation is that they have soldiers, they have people who can fight. And the thing is, the way that works is that they are able to, like, they're in a world where you do need some form of. You and Minsu seem cool. Oh, thank you. You hear that, Mins? Yeah. Someone thinks we're cool. Amazing. When was the last time someone called me cool? I don't know. Well, Mins calls me cool. Mins calls me cool at least. So yeah, there's another person who calls me cool. Thank you so much for your thank you so much for your compliments. I'm glad you're enjoying the stream and that you think you were cool. um yeah, art nights exist in a world where you do need some power to get things across and for protection as well. Um because there are organizations out and governments that are out to use you, and Rose Island is a faction that wants to stay neutral and is there to help. At the same time, they have to, like, the the character that everyone sees there is Amiya, and she had to learn that although they're a medical corporation and they're out to help people, they can't help everyone. They have to fight against the infected people who are, I mean, not the infected. I'm suddenly forgetting the name. Uh, reunion. Loud. The reunion. um. Alright, yeah, officially the 63rd VTuber I'm managing. Managing. Um. Well, I don't know if you have to manage me. I mean, if I can know that Discord, I can sort of manage myself as well. If I'm given the privilege to manage myself in that Discord, also that will be good. Um, it's okay. You don't have to go out of your way to manage. Why there's so many VTubers? Yeah, there are a lot of VTubers. Okay. I wanna continue talking about the Arcanites. Um, yeah. So Rose Island's main struggle in the first place was reunion. I mean, not in the first place. Rose Island goes way back, but they struggle with reunion and fighting against infected, even though they are a company that's meant to help the infected. And that's the dilemma that um uh Ami has to go through. Um and yeah, it's just the world is really that world is realistic in a sense where um not everyone can do everything. Like there's not really any superheroes like standout superheroes and such. The villains are people get um who just get hurt by injustice as well. And the heroes too. What I meant is that you're the 63rd VTuber I'm managing by sharing stream links and leading raids to all 63 VTubers so they increase viewers and followers. Well, I mean, yeah, that's very. Oh, overall, my goal is just that you can get more viewers and followers. Hmm. I mean, that's extremely nice of you. Um, the scrutinizing side of me. Sorry, I have to say this. Is just like thinking like, it is like, is there anything that you are seeking that will be in it for you? Anyways, you're talking about nice. Oh yeah, yeah. Um, sorry. Art Nights. I think the thing is that Art Nights is been 4+ years of Art Nights already. I think I forget much of the main story, but the thing I still remember is just that Art Nights feels like it's still pretty grounded, in the recent event spoilers, but um the good people don't exactly win. It's kind of a bittersweet thing where Jessica wanting to do the thing that she wants to do, what, like, try to be independent and like do things her own, but in the end, like, she gets stopped. Like, she wants to sort of distance herself from her family name and such, and like live by her own choices. But and the thing that she's can't be struggling with is being independent, because like she ends up seeing people in plight and stuff. And I think this setting in the story was really good. But oh, sorry, nothing really aside from friendships. I don't really get anything from doing this aside from making friends. I asked you first because I shared your stream link to see if you're okay with it. Oh, well, I think that's extremely swell of you. Thank you for doing this. And I think it'd be nice if I get to know the people in the Discord as well. I think, like, if we get to know more people and like we can raid each other, then that'll be great as well. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Um. Uh. Nice. I'm suddenly brain farting. Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. This story in particular. Um. I like this story. That they put Jessica in, because she's trying to distance herself from her family, a very wealthy and rich family and very big family. She's You know what I would like to see? Like, she's literally like Bruce Wayne. And no, I want to see her alter skin be a Batman outfit or some shit. Lamau. That would be so that would be so freaking hilarious. And she's just crying underneath the mask or something. Much like how Batman does sometimes, who knows. um the Joker, he squeezed my nipple. It made me very sad. I forgot which Batman movie it was where they actually had the nipple on the armor suit. It was real funny. I love it. I love those Batman movies. Yeah, so what happens in that good looking art you got there? Thanks, Volker. I'm working on it. Um what I like about that story was that Jessica, she has a lot of money, and the banks were going out against the sorry, I'm suddenly forgetting this layer. What the hell is this layer even? It's something. The layer is something. I'll just merge them both. Um, what I like the I keep repeating the same things. Oh my god. Um, straightforward. Jessica just gives the people who are in trouble money. The banks are like, "Oh, you need this money to cover your costs," and Jessica's like, "I will pay for it." And the characters are like, "What? I'll pay." No, what? You just came here. You're a stranger here. Don't worry, I'm writing the check right now. Like, holy shit, Jessica. It's like that's how much money she can flex. She can flex that much, but like, I think it comes to a point in the story where it's like the stakes got like even larger, and she was like, um, oh, sorry. If you want to, and with your permission, I can advertise your art to the Discord servers while you're still not a member. I will place your Instagram or X name if I send your art. Oh, I do have my I do have my Twitter link down at the below, but 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 well, I think actually I think it's fine. You don't have to advertise the art. Um, can't really send Twitter links on certain channels. I see. I think it's fine. I think you sharing my stream link is a godsend already. Um, as for the art, I think, yeah, thanks. I think I still want to keep my art to in a way, like maybe myself and my own socials first before adding it to Discord that I don't exactly know yet. Your art looks really clean and cool. Thank you. Keeping it clean. Yeah. I think if people are interested to see my art, I think they can find me on my socials and through my streams, cause I'll be regularly streaming art as well. Thank you so much for sharing my stream link. Um, that's really nice of you. I think that's enough already. That's really good. Thank you so much for that. Um, I also don't really want to overcommit. I do my art really slow. They're not gonna see much art from me. Okay, I mean I really shouldn't say that. I'm still promising a lot of art from this project that I'm personally doing for myself. Yeah. I'll have to find ways to really market myself out and um sorry, is the VTuber Discord a public Discord? Like any way for me to have access to it or look it up? You asked if I got personal intentions from this. Well, I do plan on making an agency or something similar. I pulled a few favors to make a clothing business that can sell merch for the VTubers I follow. Oh, I mean, yeah. I think that's a legit. I think that's a pretty legitimate way to start an agency. Yeah. I was always kind of thinking like, how do VTuber agencies really start, and like they do have to start from somewhere. That's really interesting. From what I know, their streams have links to their Discord. Ah, I see. Um, I'm not sure if I set it up such that you can post links in my chat. I probably didn't because there are bots afoot. Overall, I just want to help VTubers that are small and get them affiliate or earn them a huge following. Yeah, I'm dying for that right now, honestly. So there's anyway, enough about me. It might bore you. Yeah, I am interested in taking a look at the Discord, and plus it's I mean it's really all out of the blue, and I really would like to stay informed about all these kind of things as well. Um, mm, mm, mm. uh, Man, this knowledge has got me thinking about like VTuber stuff, but I mean, let me think. Like, what else did I have to say about Arc Knights? I think the mm, well, okay, I can say that like I got. My apologies. I'm a bit straightforward and sudden. I'm not really professional. I mean, we all got to start somewhere. I mean, I'm I'm a bit straightforward myself. Sometimes I kind of uh say things when I'm not supposed to as well. It happens when it comes to speaking about these type of things. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. No worries. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Hmm. Yeah, I think one thing I can say is that Art Knights has actually inspired me to um create this character and like this project that I have here, in a sense where I I I mean I think I talked about this in a stream before a bit, but like I'm just a little, not a little, I'm just unhappy about like the way things are now with artists and the industry. And so this is just sort of my selfish protest against that. And in that same sense, this is me kind of being a bit like the Rhodes Island, standing up to all the AI and investors and crypto people hacking people's accounts and all that. This is sort of just me protesting against that in my own way by continuing to create art and stuff. Yep. Regardless, like I'm doing this in a sense where like it's in a protest that like I don't want all these AIs and all that to phase me, you know. I don't want it to say, oh, why are you still drawing art? You can just use AI and like everyone's using AI and like this is just gonna be turned into a hobby, you're not gonna do anything with it. Just give up, that sort of thing. That's the kind of conversation like an AI bro told me like last time on Twitter, that like eventually it's gonna be phased out, and that's like traditional. I can't believe I'm calling it traditional art. Like genuine art is they claim that genuine art is going to be phased out of the business and it's going to just remain as a hobby, and I cannot stand for that. I don't think that it's something that should be. I don't think it's something that business people and tech bros should have a say in saying that like, oh, you're defunct now. I don't want it to leave it to them to make a claim for that. They don't speak up for us, you know. They don't get to have a say in that. So this is me putting my foot down and saying that I'm still going to I'm going to find a way to make a living out of art. I'm not gonna It's not impossible. You're saying it's impossible because you want me to give up and give in to your desires of making AI work. And that's why I just don't like people who like AI is great and all, but I don't like people who let it go and like give it a pass, because if you're lenient with it, it will take over eventually. It's already very amazing what AI generative AI can do compared to genuine artists. It's already come a very long way in a very short amount of time, and I don't want that technology to progress any further to the point where it would actually make artists completely obsolete. My animation team and I are having problems with AI artists as well. Yeah, it's they aren't they aren't artists in the sense where they care about the art. They care about it as a product. They don't see it as art. They see it as a way to make money. And so you have bots and whoever else hacking people's Twitter accounts and stuff to get likes and all that, because everyone is just thinking about statistics. All they are thinking about is a number game. It's the same thing as what I talked about earlier with the investors, is that all they see are numbers. All they see is a race that they themselves have created, but they don't understand that it doesn't need to exist. The race didn't exist in the first place. You guys are responsible for creating all this. All these troubles, they're like saying like, oh yeah, art is going to be obsolete and stuff, is because you think that. It's a narrative that you thought of yourselves. And it's gaslighting. It's gaslighting the artist. I don't know why I drew it at so high contrasty. What the hell? This is not metal. What is going on? Actually, what color did I want this to be? piece of armor that I added in without knowing what to do with it. Let's try to add a little bit of a tiny bit of highlight here and stuff. Yeah, so going back to what I was talking about, Art Knights inspired me to stand up, and also in a way to show that I do want to create a world that is sort of inspired by Art Knights, but it's really difficult. I don't know. Out of all the 329 Discord members from 4 servers, I hope they go to your stream. You deserve it. That's extremely high praise. Thank you so much. I mean, I thank you so much for the compliments. E- um, it's difficult to think of how to write a story that is as good as Arknights. I don't even know how many writers they have, but it feel like they have economists within the ranks to tell them, and society, so like professors in like studying about human society and psychology and whatnot for the writers to like come off from. Cause like I don't know how the hell they write all this kind of shit. It's really good. It's to the level where I would say is comparable to Tom Clancy. The way like he can talk about and imagine like a world that um gets distraught and gets ruined by like stuff that is kind of a bit like I, I put Tom Clancy and like Kojima in the same vein in a sense. Kojima a bit more magical in that somehow he predicted this stuff. I don't know how, but he did. But Tom Clancy is still a little bit more grounded in realism in a sense. Oh my god, this brush. Why am I making those so metallic? I just like rendering metals. Metals. Gotta go. Okay. This. Hmm. Yeah. It's really difficult. I think what but I think the one thing I can sort of start from, is there's really the appeal of Art Knights is that um its side stories are really interesting in the sense where they don't all follow the main story. The main story is pretty much sometimes the side stories I find the side stories more interesting than the main story sometimes because the side stories are kind of like their own little world where they will talk about the cities that aren't part of the main storyline. Like say Casimir's, for example, has is sort of based on the knights, but it's become a sort of modernized twist to the knights where knighthood has become more of a game ranking in a sense. There's no more honor and glory, there's only numbers and getting money, and um that's how you earn your knighthood. I feel like it's a thing that isn't exclusive to Arc Knights. A lot of like media out there has this kind of portrayal of like gladiatorship. It's just done in a very interesting way, and they think about like the economies and like how where the army's stance is in all of this, and um how the infected are treated in a world like this. Um yeah, Arnice is just I just feel like it's story like I don't think there's any really any mobile game that really stands out as much as Arknights does, and it's kind of sad because the marketing for that game is downright atrocious in the sense where I can see a Twitter ad that's like, "Wow, look at this great art of this mobile game," and I'm just like, you don't really talk about like, do you guys know what makes Arknights good? I mean, the art is really good and stuff, but um, I don't know. I just feel like they kind of miss out on like the finer things that I think make Arknights good. Arknights, please hire me. Please sponsor me. I can market your game. I can do it. Put me in, coach. Nah, if they sponsor me, that means they'll sponsor my gacha rolls, and that means I won't own the account. Actually, I have no idea. I have no idea how it works. At least in the sense where I know for corporate VTubers they do have to make a new account, and that new account is sponsored, and like the company would basically give them like you know, here's the company credit card, go gacha, and you can go crazy, you can go wow, and it looks fun, but I don't get to keep the account, and I don't get to do everything I want with the account, and like I think my account's pretty good as it is. I'm like I don't really. I've leveled up so many 5 stars. People wouldn't normally do that, especially not on sponsored accounts. I think. I think like okay. I mean, the one bad thing is like if they sponsor me is that like oh, I will talk about their 5 stars. I will talk about their 5 stars and 4 stars and how they are still great, and some of the 6 stars as well. No one's talking about Silence Alter. She's a 6 star and she's the goddamn strongest healer there is out there. You know it. You guys are sleeping on her. You guys are sleeping on her. Maybe everyone's spoiled by Gladia now, and the what do you call them? The Seaborn Pebbles. Yeah. Hello, Rika. Nice of you to join. Actually, Rika, you're not. Are you still streaming? For some reason, I thought like you might be streaming art as well or something. Cause earlier today I was just looking at accounts and like channels that I can follow and like maybe raid into and all that. So I was thinking like if there's anyone to raid into, I would raid into a friend's stream as well. If anyone from this time is still streaming. Wait, it's 12 a.m. No. Yeah. You remember when I wanted to finish this today? April Fools. April Fools! Second April Fools! Yeah! April Fools! We didn't complete it. Get wrecked. Yeah, I do stream out, but I do it in the afternoon. Oh, jeez. Oh, man. I can raid into a channel that's not streaming? Cause yeah, I think when I open up the Twitch and it says like, oh, when the raiding function, pick an online channel that is live to raid into. I'm like, I mean, I guess because the raiding function pretty much is only for like, yeah, it only kind of pops off with live viewers. I feel, well, I should wait. Have I not followed Rika? Oh no, I should follow Rika. and then I'll know when she's live, and I can pop into stream as well and watch her do the arts. Because we here for the arts. Yeah. Well, the art today was minuscule. What the hell did I even finish? I don't know if I finished this part. I still want to go back to it. Why the hell does it look so highlighty? Oh my god, I added the backlight even though I shouldn't. This thing, this ball, this shadow, the blue part of the boo boo, this shoulder blue part, this lighted part, and that's it. And that's it. That's all. This stream has. I'm trying to be productive. I can't. I'm so slow with rendering. It's difficult, man. Ask me to sketch. I'll sketch it. I'll do it cool. I'll do it messy. I'll do 20 sketches because I don't know what I want. But I'll have to end it off here. It's been 2.5 hours. Sniff. I feel like working on this off stream. I really need to get this shit out. Oh, you're back. Well, I'm gonna end stream soon. Yippee-ki-yay. I don't have an outro. Yeah, I wish I could do more. I talked about art nights and stuff. This might be more stuff to talk about. Next stream. When you wanna play Monster Hunter? Or do you wanna stream yourself? Okay. And then Wednesday we're gonna be out. I guess. I'll think about it. I guess Thursday will be my next stream, so it will be quite a bit. We're gonna play Monster Hunter, and we're gonna be stupid because everyone else who's playing Monster Hunter are doing like 5,000 DPS. I cleared Rajang's fight in 1 second. Yeah, we're not doing that. We're doing stupid stuff. I'm gonna blow shit up. So expect the next stream on Thursday. And in the meantime, y'all take care and have a good rest. Have a good rest of your week. See you then. Goodbye.